Hey Sarah, I think we're ready.
Oh, hi Aaron. You ready for the video? Well, I will stop playing my game here. I got this app that I just love. It's called Spot It. And basically it just tests your powers of observation because you look at two different pictures and you see what is different. But you know what? The video we need to shoot today really does talk a little bit about your powers of observation also, and what we need to do to understand the issues of human trafficking here in New Jersey. By most accounts, New Jersey has the fourth highest rate of labor trafficking in the nation. These victims can be found working as nannies, maids, in restaurants, especially those small and ethnic restaurants, nail and hair salons, construction sites, or even on farms. These are victims trapped into a cycle of debt, forcing them into involuntary servitude, debt bondage, and slavery. You might have seen someone being trafficked and didn't even realize. So that's why we need you to learn how to be observant and to identify human trafficking. Human trafficking involves any kind of forced, fraud, or coercive labor for purposes of sexual exploitation or forced labor. Contrary to popular belief, under federal and state law, human trafficking does not require the movement of people across borders. Persons who are trafficked are often emotionally vulnerable. They're young. They're poor. 50% of the victims are minors and at risk year-round, not just during the Super Bowl. They work at strip clubs, escort services, and on the streets or in many other locations. They are victims lured by false promises, ultimately forced into prostitution or other labor. Last year, a labor trafficking arrest was issued here in Mercer County. Several young women were being forced to work very long hours in several nail salons. They were not being compensated fairly, nor did they have any ability to leave the situation because of coercion. A watchful neighbor thought something was wrong and reported the concern. The situation was investigated. The police were able to shut down the operation, and as a result, several women were given the care that they needed to reclaim their lives. So let's talk about some of the signs so that you can know what to look for. If you notice that a workplace or some place where people are living has some of these characteristics, you may be observing a trafficking site. He's not free to leave or come and go as he wishes. She may be unpaid or paid very little or only paid for tips. He works excessively long or unusual hours. She's not allowed breaks or suffers under unusual restrictions at work. He might owe a large debt and is unable to pay it off. Or high security measures exist at work or in the living condition. Opaque windows, boarded up windows, bars on windows, barbed wire, or even security cameras. You may also observe poor mental health or abnormal behavior in persons being trafficked. She may be fearful, anxious, depressed, submissive, tense, nervous, or avoid eye contact. He may be in poor physical health, lacking medical care, or is being denied services by his employer. She might appear malnourished or show signs of repeated exposure to harmful chemicals or physical abuse. In general, her life may lack any personal control and have numerous inconsistencies in her story. For example, he may have few or no personal possessions. She does not control her own money. He's not in control of his own ID or passport. She's not allowed or able to speak for herself. A third party may insist on being present and translating. He may claim to be just visiting, but is unable to say where he's staying or to offer an address. She may have no sense of time or what day it is. Please use your observational skills. Keep your eyes open to those suffering in our midst. If you think that their workplace or living environment is suspicious, contact the National Human Trafficking Resource Center at 888-373-7888. They'll ask you some questions and do the investigating. But if you're aware of immediate danger, please call 911. I was speaking with a mother whose daughter ran away and ended up in Manhattan last year. Cold and hungry, her daughter was trafficked in the sex industry. After several torturous months, her daughter was rescued and now is reunited with her family. But while she was forced into prostitution, she was taken to the emergency room on several occasions, ate in diners, and walked the streets. How many people saw her and talked with her, and yet no one knew to ask the question, or perhaps they didn't know where to report their concern. But now you know, and you can be that person with eyes to see. Make the call. Hey, take out your phone. Oh, not to play this app, but to add this number to your contact list. It only takes a minute, and then you'll have the number ready in case you see something that seems suspicious. The National Human Trafficking Resource Center is at 888-373-7888. If you have any questions or would like more information, you're always welcome to contact me, Sara Lilja, at the Lutheran Episcopal Advocacy Ministry of New Jersey. And remember, your powers of observation and a phone call can save a life.